today I am going to be doing the Booktube Newbie Tag, but also parts of the New to Booktube tag. I've seen both floating around. People seem to favor the Booktube Newbie Tag, but I like some of the questions in the New to Booktube tag also, so I'm kind of like combining them, and you can check out the original tags below. Okay, so the first question/questions are, how did you discover Booktube and why did you start a Booktube channel? I think I discovered Booktube for the first time through Ashley at Climb the Stacks channel, and she does a ton of reviews on her channel, so I think I had typed in some book title and found a review on her channel, and then kind of realized that people have whole channels devoted to books. So that was my very first introduction to it. But it wasn't until about a year ago that I kind of like took a deep dive into Booktube. Just in the interest of full disclosure, I am a book publicist. So I was kind of doing a lot of work with Bookstagram and sort of discovered Booktube through that. I just want to say from the get-go that I'm not going to be talking about any of the books or authors that I work on as part of my job, just because I want to keep things completely separate. So I found it because of my job, and then I just sort of found a bunch of channels that I liked, and I just continued watching it on my own time, and have really gotten into it in the last few months, and started a few months ago actually reading books because I had seen them on Booktube. I did a video about that you can check out below, and I found myself just like reading a lot more. Booktube was very inspiring to me, and I've actually read more books so far this year than I have ever read in a single year before. So I credit Booktube with a lot of that. I started this channel because I just found myself reading so much and wanting to talk to people about it. So my hope is that if anyone watches these, we can have some great discussions in the comments below. I haven't really like left any comments on anyone's videos yet because I'm like a little bit shy. So hopefully this will like get me into like commenting on other people's videos, because I think I watch people's videos and have a lot of thoughts, and then I get like too scared to comment something, but that's gonna change. Where are you joining us from? So I am currently in the Bay Area, California. I'm originally from Wisconsin, and I lived in Boston for 4 years during college. So just trying to like check off all my regions. How old are you? I'm 24, like sliding quickly into 25. What is the meaning of your channel name? Coming up with a creative channel name for me felt like trying to like commit to a tattoo. Like it just felt very permanent, and I like couldn't settle on something, so I just did something basic, you know. What book or series got you into reading? I would say that like a better answer to this question is what book kind of got me back into reading in the last year, and those I would say are the Elena Ferrante Neapolitan novels. I read the first one maybe like a year and a half ago, and then didn't pick up the second one for almost a year, but at the beginning of this year I picked it up and then just like plowed through the rest of the series, which I will do a video on in the future because I have a lot of thoughts. But yeah, that really got me back into reading, especially into reading contemporary fiction, which I really, up until the last 6 or 8 months, I hadn't been reading a lot of, and definitely wasn't reading a lot of like in college and high school. So I would say that, yeah, Elena Ferrante, check it out if you haven't already. What challenges do you, what does this say? What challenges do you think starting a channel will be hardest to overcome? I think that speaking extemporaneously will be the hardest to overcome. Also, I noticed in the last video that I like squint one eye like while talking a lot. So I'm gonna try and overcome that. In all seriousness, I think I wanna be able to use this channel to have interesting discussions about books, and I like have discovered this in like the first couple videos I've made, that like once you turn the camera on, it's hard to get across everything you want to say in an articulate and concise way, because like the time really flies, and I don't want to be posting like 15-minute videos unless it's about something that I'm like really obsessed with. Yeah, I think that hopefully I will become a little bit more well-spoken and like good at talking about things in a concise and interesting way. Okay, the next question is, where do you read? I mostly read on my couch, which is like 5 feet away from me. What kinds of books do you read? So I read mostly literary fiction. I especially like literary fiction that focuses a lot on sort of the interior life of a person and inner emotions and like thought processes. I also do like to read nonfiction. I majored in history in college, so like every once in a while I kind of like to read a sort of like denser history book, but it usually takes me like 6 months. I like to listen to nonfiction on audiobook because I think sometimes it's a little bit harder for me to like pick up and read on the couch because I'll only get through like 10 pages and feel defeated. So I have found that audiobook surprisingly can be like a good way to consume those types of books. Who are some of your favorite authors? I don't think there are a ton of authors whose work I have read a ton of, so I don't really have like super favorite authors. I more have like favorite books. A couple of the people who would qualify as like favorite authors are Elena Ferrante, Alice Munro, and Charlotte Bronte. I also have read a lot of Joan Didion and I really like her work. She definitely has kind of her own like hang-ups and like narrow perspective on things. But again, like, I don't know. I guess I would read like anything Elena Ferrante wrote. It definitely took me a little while to get into her books, but in the end, like, I think they're fantastic. So I would follow her to the ends of the earth, basically. I think that's all the questions. So I would love it if you guys would like hit me up in the comments, get some good discussions going, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So see you next time.